Nice to Yeet You is not just a game with a great name, it's also a game that has big potential once it's smoothed out some of its rough edges during its early access launch. This game is for 1 to 8 players locally. AI bots can fill in as many or as little of those slots as you want, or you can currently take it into one-on-one battles online, although I don't know if the online multiplayer will become bigger for maybe up to 4 or 8 players in the future. The idea is that each of the arenas has got different types of walls in them, and as you bounce around the arena, running and jumping around, you'll want to bounce into your opponent so that you can then press the charge button and yeet your opponent either out of the arena altogether or against a wall inside the arena environment, because when you do that, it normally smashes the wall and tilts the stage into a new shape. Now, in the bucket level, which is the easiest one to kind of translate this, it will turn the bucket on its side. And if you do that again, potentially, and yeet them into the floor, it can turn the bucket upside down and everyone falls out. Don't do that unless you have got a death wish against you. But other levels will also kind of constrict or contract or flick flack some of the platforms into different 45-degree angles, for example. And so what you'll be doing is strategically yeeting into a way that will either chuck the opponent out of the arena or put them in a difficult position where they're going to struggle to recover, whilst you try to land on solid, safe ground. Power-ups are dotted around in some of the arenas to help you out. They largely involve like big stomps that can then do big yeets for throwing someone outside of the arena. And that's really all you need to know. It's simple on the surface, it's got some longevity if everyone kind of understands what's going on. What I did find though is that quite often this is one of those games where you feel like you want to just button mash, and that's not really the best way to survive because you end up causing yourself a mischief 9 times out of 10 and panicking into failure. Where I think this game will have its legs is in the small, probably online community, because the way how the main menu is kind of dotted out is that they'll have like Yeet TV, where you can download other people's replays and watch how they won and all of that kind of stuff. And if there can be a small little community that runs behind this, then I think this has legs for the future. What I think I'd like to see more in early access is a little bit more nuance around the single player campaign and being able to change some of the settings in different arenas as you go. And this is because each arena has its own gravity modifier, as well as whether or not any weapons will come into it or not. And so it gives each arena has a very specific battle type and then nothing else. And I'd quite like to see some more mix and match for some longevity and variation, because at the moment with what's here in the game, you're going to play around for like 15-20 minutes max and you'll have exhausted everything that you can see. And if it doesn't get under your skin, then I think people will burn out from it quite quickly, because these matches are over in sometimes seconds and everyone's out. So you just need to be mindful of that going in. However, if the controls and the physics and all the other modes that are expected to come later on do arrive, Nice to Yeet You has potential for being a great little arena brawler and a good party game that you don't really need to know too much about to get the best out of.